Well, hello there, humans, ibbies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it to. I'm Bushka on Blitz, and this is a video about, not this tank. I just had to put this in here because it's been really crap. Of like, I think it's like Wargaming just run event after event, and the populace has just become immune to actually caring about play, and they just play like lemmings. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's a point that everyone reaches in the world where they're just like, nope. These guys are killing me. I'm going to talk about the Fury today. I'm going to have a little chat about the Fury. Not a long one, because I've already done an Easy 8 video, and it's basically the Easy 8, but I just want to talk about the Fury. First of all, I want to see, at 6 minutes 24, we commence the fail protocol. There's Aegon and I. We're in a reasonably interesting Tier 9 game, mostly Tier 8. And the game really starts about now at 6 minutes 12, but that's when I first saw someone and shot someone. I do 3,700 damage in this game, thank you very much. Do just fine. We've lost one. That's all well and good. There they come, down the side there. I don't know why we have 3 medium tanks in front of the entire red team in Heavy Alley. We had 4, but one of them died, so that was good. And the RU-251 literally drove into their spawn and imploded. The AMX CDC is charging the line like a very, very good stormtrooper should and dying to the Jedi lightsabers. And we're nearly a minute into the actual contact, and there's not many people left. And basically there's Aegon and I and 2 other blokes, but that's all right. They're doing their level best to die now as well. So there's been a minute gone and we've lost 4 tanks. There's me, my platoon mate, and 1 other bloke who hasn't managed to die yet, still involved. And this has been a pretty common occurrence. I've not done anything particularly wrong here. I'm in a heavy tank that's got no armour. I'm at the front edge of the engagement. Our mediums played like absolute morons and charged down the heavy tank roll. In front of 7 red tanks, our RU-251 was a complete numpty and drove into the red spawn. And that's it. All 5 of the tanks that were with us are gone in about a minute 30 seconds. I don't know what to tell you about the way people play this game. I make these videos and it's so simple. It is just such a simple game. If you conserve your hit points and only take shots when you're not spotted, you can make 2k every game easily. And yet, I just despair. And look at this guy. Like, what's he thinking? I don't know what to think. I'm still eking out damage even as I get surrounded, and I did nearly 4,000 damage there, and the rest of the team combined, apart from Aegon, did about 10. This is the Fury. I just had to get that out of my system. The numpties are just tremendous. This is a Fury. It's the M4A3E8 Fury, as opposed to the M4A3E8 Sherman. Both of them are basically the same tank. They've got the same gun. They've got very, very similar statistics all the way throughout. There's minor differences, most of which you probably can't tell. They look the same, but the Fury has this awesome camo. Now, if you don't know what the Fury is, it's basically the tank that was released to coincide with the movie Fury, which Brad Pitt starred in. For all you young girls playing the game, I'm sure that old man Brad Pitt is every bit as attractive as this old man Bushka is. I guess he's a lot more attractive, or so I've been told. The main difference between the tanks is stuff that you can't tell. The Sherman itself, the Easy 8, which is a great tank, has 0.12 dispersion on turret rotation as a coefficient, which is really, really good. And it's one of the reasons why this line, the whole American line, is quite often referred to as very solid at on-the-move firing and drive-bys, and it is. It's a really good on-the-move weapon and platform. 0.355 dispersion is your standard dispersion once you run all the bells and whistles, double rations, vents. I run this with, and most of my mediums and lights, with vents, rammer, optics, and a vertical stabilizer. So you'll probably run a little bit higher than that in terms of dispersion. But I really do like no-scoping stuff in this. It does do it very, very well. And it looks so cool. And I think this is the one that people were really upset about, because they said they'd never sell it again. And then they went and sold it again, which was a huge shock to everyone who's ever bought a tank from Wargaming. God bless them, but they say one thing and then they just go and sell it anyway. The stats on the Easy 8 are pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is you get that little bit better on the movement rotation stat, and you also get a little bit better power to weight ratio, effective hit point per ton. Same top speed though, pretty much the same everywhere else. Your terrain resistance is actually better on the Fury than it is on your standard Easy 8, but only by an absolute smidgen. We're talking about 8% on very, very soft terrain and maybe 10% on medium terrain. On hard terrain, 10% as well. Your traverse is a little bit better on the Fury too. And your credit coefficient is a lot better, 140% versus 100%. It's an interesting tank. And it's a tank that excels with on-the-move firing, really fast run and gun, using the standard American joyful gun depression of, this is even better than normal actually, it's like 12 degrees, which is the kind of thing you get out of a Cromwell or a really nice British medium. 12 degrees of gun depression is absolutely fantastic. And your penetration numbers, again, nothing to write home about. You've got a 75mm gun, or a 76 in the case of the Fury and the Easy 8, their M1A2 weapon, and they both perform nearly identically. I prefer the Fury though, just because the bling factor is tremendous, and it's very hard to knock back a bit of bling. One thing to note when you're driving these, you'll see I'm sometimes getting bounces, even though I'm coming out kind of sideways. What I'm doing is, it's a trick you'll learn with the Russian mediums if you've driven those a lot. You'll come out just so that you can find a big hill, and your upper glacis becomes kind of an extension of the hill at the same angle, and that means that you're going to get a lot of bounces and still get shots from your lovely turret. There's a Dracula driver. We all know what Dracula drivers do. They drive up to the very, very front, and then they drive somewhere else, and they go to the very, very front of that end, and then they go around very, very quickly. I actually rode the AMX CDC into the ground this week. Had a great time with it, and drove it much like a Dracula driver, so I can't really talk. It was very, very embarrassing to get that much grunt under the bonnet and not be able to help yourself. It's a mobile tank. It's got great gun depression. It's a lovely eye-catching looker. I think this is one of the best models in the game, just stock standard, the M4s and such. And with this camo job on it, it looks the guts. I absolutely adore the Fury. You can see the AMX M445 there, little tier 7 number. There's our Dracula going top shelf, and he's going to run my good mate Vlad the Impaler down like a dog. That's the Fury, guys. It's a quick one, and it's a dirty one. I've already done an M4 Easy 8 review, and it more or less covers this, but in a nutshell, this is a gun depression, fast firing, on the move medium, with great DPM and a whole lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed that video. Only short today, lots to do. With Junior and the girl around the traps. I'm Bushka on Blitz. Love your work, look after your family, and stay safe on the battlefield. But wait, stop the presses, he's back. That was just too short. I can't live with myself. Lots to do, but the humans have to have their share of pound of flesh, as the bard would say. Or I don't know if the bard would say. Wasn't it Christopher Marlowe now? They say Kit Marlowe was the man. A lot of tempo, a lot of allegory. It's all happening for the old Will Shakespeare. This is the T30. Nothing to do with what we just looked at, but I thought it's unfair to just finish like that. You know, you never leave them wanting more. Isn't that the way it goes? Or maybe it's the other way around. Same run as Vlad and I had. I want you to notice one thing too in this run. I'm running as Bushka. I actually played my own account because I missed the old camo. You'll see I'm in the T30, I've pushed up, and this is a fun game for me because I was playing really quite aggressively in the T30. Every time I got into a game where it was not tier 10, I was just bashing away, and you're going to see Vlad do a really good thing here. He's in the ST1. As soon as he sees the hard yards are coming, that IS-8 wants to side scrape versus 150mm of American Love. Not the way forward. Vlad is coming in the ST1. Oh, that was unfortunate. I've covered up the lower glaciers here, so I'm now hull down. I'm a little bit worried about the guys on my left, but I know there is broken cover there, so I'm moving back and forth. I should be apples. And here comes my man in Amsterdam, Vlad the Impaler, to save the day. will at least take the pressure off me so I'm not dealing with 2 tanks at once. This IS-8 is waiting for Vlad to fire. He's going to come out once he has and try and put one into him. And at that point, I'm going to smack him good and proper. There you go. Have one of those on the house. Pushing up now on the left, the IS-6 does a really good job here, actually. Apart from firing heat into the side of the tractor, because heat, as we know, doesn't go through tractors. Ask any farmer, he'll tell you the truth. He's now going to do what I think is a sensible thing. He's going to get smashed anyway. Instead of getting smashed doing nothing, he's picked out a target, namely me, and he's going to put 2 into me come hell high or high water. He's just going to beat me on a reload and then run up and do a really good thing for the team, which is just, he's going to die. He may as well put one into the other tank before he goes. Solid effort. I actually salute that. That is really sensible play. If you're going to get hammered, at least put damage into the other guys. Don't die hiding and doing nothing. And now we're in a situation where we are going to win it anyway, 6-4. But I had a great time in this game because this is called Stat Pattery Deluxe. You will note there are 3 tanks left on the other team. One of them's a T-54. We're not interested in him. He's only got 321 hit points left. No good to us whatsoever. The other 2 German TDs have full hit point bars and absolutely no armor. So I've loaded up the high explosive. Is he looking at me? No. Happy days. Have 900. So then there's another bloke. Load up that high explosive. Push over the top. Don't let him see me. No, 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 no. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Look at the other guys. That's brilliant. Well done. Thanks very much. And then we hit him for 900 as well. So that's how you pad your stats. Bushka on Blitz style with HE. Aim for the German blokes. They've got nothing on but their lederhosen. I'm Bushka on Blitz. Look after your families. Stay safe on the battlefield. And bloody well this time, bye for now.